And what I'm gonna show you guys, I did go around and drive around last night in the Honda. I know I got two 4-wheel drive trucks, but I didn't. So this will be the video. We're gonna be trying to restore these rims. I had snow up to about here from the ground. So I think a lot of people watch my videos and think that this is the only car that I have. So I went over, we got the generator fired up, the welder. For my truck, we're gonna get this thing started because there's a little bit of diesel left in the aux tank. And I need it so that I can work in the shop. There we go, fluffy. We're gonna see if this thing starts because I need to go move it up on the hill. It is 18 degrees. 9K Payday is brought to you by so let's see if she starts. Ho ho! I know Dave said not to, but we're gonna let it run because why not? So if you guys don't know as well, on top of we're gonna do that, someone dropped off an NV5600 last night. We're gonna be throwing that in a truck. I gotta get everything cleaned up because that is, and a dual disc is going in a second gen. But we do diesel repair out here in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. But it's one of those days. I showed you guys in the last video these wheels. I think I popped the trunk, I can't remember. I did not. I definitely did, I think it was frozen. There we go. So we got these wheels. We're gonna get all of this gold off. I'm gonna get rid of all of those nubs. We're gonna get new center caps, but I wanna paint these things black. I went last night and got new paint, and I got everything, not in here, in the shop. So I watched some videos on how to paint these nice because these are gonna be the wheels that go on the Honda. So we are going to use, I think I got 3 cans of these, I think. No, I got 1 for exhaust, so we're gonna paint the exhaust one day. But we got self-etching primer, just 1 can of that, and we're gonna start getting them things cleaned up. All right, so before I get into the wheels, I had to move this from there to here so that the pump is on the downward angle so I can fill my torpedo, and we got a full tank, so we're gonna have a good day. All right, so first things first, this is the wheel that decided to blow out on me, and I'm gonna try to find the other one. Oh, it's right here. Hell yeah. So what we're gonna do is pop them center caps out. I'm not super worried about the inside. I really could care less, honestly. I don't really think it's gonna affect me that much. Somebody had a good time on this rim, but not a big deal, not a big deal. So all we're gonna do, pop these out, get these things cleaned up, get all the paint kind of stripped off with one of these things or the other one that I use with the drill. Just see how clean we can get them. But yeah, that's where we're at. I'm probably just gonna paint it with this in. But yeah, I want to get all of those little nubs out. So those are gonna be fun. I don't know how they put them in there, but they're definitely in there. And I'm gonna do every single one of them. We're just gonna get rid of the nubs, whatever you guys wanna call them, because these are technically fake, like 2-piece wheels or some shit. That's the design, but I don't mind having the holes there. But these are just, the reason I went with these was because these were the wheels that I had when I was younger, and I wanted them back. I know they're cheap. I know they're 8-hole. It is what it is. I'm not worried about that. These are the wheels I wanted. You know, I just thought about it, and I'm like, he's kind of pressed for time today. What if we try to take this size? These are 195, where was it? 195, 60-15. And why don't we try to throw them on these wheels just for shits and giggles? Because you can see those are wider than the tire itself. I'd be curious. I don't know. We'll see. I need to get these popped off the bead too. But yeah, I just want to get everything cleaned up, make them look prettier. So it actually wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. What I did was I took the perfect size drill bit on a very weak drill and went through every one of them. I started with a small size and realized, yeah, fuck that. Just use the right size. It'll guide it through. So pretty much just clean the holes out. There's a lot of plastic down in there. We might be getting a little bit of aluminum, but see, like right there, all of that. So I'm gonna go down this whole thing, get these cleaned out, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna do it off camera because I got this guy going. So I went through every hole on these wheels just in case that drill bit was a little bit different because I think it tapers down. So I made sure that all the holes are drilled evenly as much as possible. When I was doing it on camera, it kind of kicked sideways because I'm only doing it with one hand, but it is what it is. I'm not worried about it. So we got all the holes cleaned out. Now the next step is going to be clean them. Get rid of any of the paint, all that stuff. We got to get this flaking paint off and whatnot, which shouldn't be all that hateful. Like I said, I'm not going to worry about the inside because nobody's ever going to see that. Might clean them up and degrease them and whatnot, but I also don't know if we're going to paint them today. I'm not sure 100% how this is going to go. All right, so I lied. I figure this is the primer. So we'll throw some of that on there, and then we're going to paint it in gloss black because obviously we're changing these tires anyway, so I don't have to mask anything off. Strictly going to go for that face section. If down the road I decide to paint the inside, whatever, but doubt I'm going to do it today. But I want to see how it's going to come out. We have the torpedo heater. It was like 20 degrees in here. It's probably like 40 or 50 here, and then we got the torpedo on top of it. So I'm just going to blast this thing with the torpedo for about 10-15 minutes and see how it is. And then we'll start spraying some black on it. All right, so when I said I didn't know if I was going to paint it today, I just said fucking send it. So this one's in primer now. I'm going to put it in front of the heater about, I don't know, 4-ish feet away. It's actually coming out decent. I think, other than that one spot I hit for summer, I don't know where that came from, but we're going to throw a second coat on top of that. I'm going to get this one in front of the heater and keep doing it. And even if I was reusing these tires, which obviously I'm not, it's like you could just paint the entire outside black and you'd never know. The decisions, we can't get the tires today. I'm having him price me some out. Worst case scenario, if they can't get me tires this week, which I had to wait until Monday to do it, we might just, those are 15s. I might just throw them on there and see if I like the size. And I don't want to go smaller, but the tires that I'm looking at are about an inch smaller than the tires that are on there now. But this car at 80 is doing 77, so it's 3 mile an hour off. So realistically, I'd want to go, actually, I don't know. I'd probably go, it's reading fast. So do the math. I can't remember if it's I got to go smaller or go bigger, but they might need to go up a size on there just to get it to go up. But for what it is, I mean, these are coming out decent. I'm going to get these sprayed, and then we're going to throw new wheels on them, or new tires on them very, very shortly. It will be in this video, though. Don't worry. All right, so wheel number 2, wheel number 1. It's actually coming out decent. I forgot to get clear coat. That's what I went last night. I'm like, I went and grabbed self-priming it, self-etching primer and paint. I forgot the clear coat. So that kind of sucks because I was going to clear coat these because these are honestly probably the best paint job I've done in a while. Because like I did the paint on the gas tank. And let's be real here, that's a temporary, but still, you guys get the point. This one came out decent. I would like to clear coat them, so I might go later and grab some. Turn that off for a quick second. So this one has had 2 coats and primer. Those 2 have been done for a while, 2 coats and primer. This one has just primer. So we're almost done, and then I'm gonna let them sit in here overnight. Hopefully they're dry enough in the morning. And yeah, I told him tomorrow that we should be ready to throw some tires on. I'm surprised this one didn't blow out because this one actually has a nail and it's only this one that went. So that was a rear, that was a front. Now I can tell it's because the wheels are, yeah, so they're both facing the same way. And then these two were the rights. Don't remember which one was which though. I just know the flat one from the non-flat one. So I'm gonna get 2 more slap coats on that motherfucker. I'm letting them dry for about 10-15 minutes. Throw the last coat and call it a day. Like I said, this is not like I am not a body guy or a paint guy. Just literally want these to look better than they did, and that's it. If I ever wanted these painted correctly or professionally, I would take them to a professional. But that's not what we're doing on the budget build. So look at that cannon that's actually straight. I love it. So while it's warm in here, I'm gonna let these things dry overnight. We are done. Gonna head home, let them do their thing, and then, yeah, see you guys tomorrow. All right, so we are heading back to the shop now. I just got the wheels picked up. I just mounted them at the other shop. Unfortunately, one of them suffered a casualty with the paint. They're definitely gonna need a little bit of it, but I am not super worried about it. This thing is gonna be like mainly a daily / work vehicle when I don't feel like driving the truck around, so it'll be nice to have the tools and shit in the back. So if you saw the last video where we actually blew one out, yeah, we're not gonna have that problem anymore. So he said these tires are generally good for around 35 to 40,000 miles. I think I paid $260. They're hand cooks. We went with a 205 50/15. But let's get back to the shop. I'll show you guys what we got. And I mean, I'm happy with them. But down the road, if I find that this setup doesn't rub and it's not bad, I will probably move up to a 225 50/15 just to see. And then that way, I mean, I want a little bit of my top speed. So like the speedo is definitely off a little bit more than it was. With the factory tires, it was reading about 3 high. So at 70, I'd be doing 67. With these at 70, I think I'm doing 62, but it's a hard one. I'll have to verify that when I'm driving with the GPS on. Yeah, we're gonna get some shots of these things, but I gotta get these things out of the car. And unfortunately, with the new skid thing that I built, it's not exactly, you know, as practical as a trunk. So we definitely had to get creative, but that's where we're at. They fit, barely. Got this transmission sitting here. So, get all this pulled out. I'm actually thinking about cleaning the car today. But let's get these thrown off in the inside. I gotta get this shop cleaned out before the end of the week. So I'm just glad to get this thing done. I think they sit decent. Might do a spacer at some point just to bring them out a little bit more. But I mean, in the meantime, they're all right. The fronts were my main concern, was making sure that they're not gonna rub. And if we roll this fender and pull it out a little bit, there's a little dent here. We should get a decent amount of clearance. I'm thinking about running the stock size on these wheels down the road, but we'll see, because I already have the tires here. They're not bald, but they're not great. Yeah, there's definitely dry rot on them, so I don't know, set of stock Honda wheels. I might see if those fit. I don't know yet. Let's get this stuff in a way. That skid putting in the work with a jack and all that, but yeah, without that and this in there, I could fit all 4 of those wheels and a jack. But one of these was just absolutely disgusting. Holding this up with one hand. Throw these in here. Bada bing, bada boom. Gotta fix that. Gonna keep looking at it. Clean off my door. I got new handles coming. That's gonna be sweet. I got black ones because that one's broken. It's cool. We are all cleaned out. We are good to close the shop down. We're not in here working today. We're waiting on parts and shit. So nice day off. Bertha's sitting over here pretty. I gotta grab the insurance information off of that. But yeah, so apparently it's a big deal that I drove 10 hours to go get the wheels that I wanted. The main reason I got these, and the reason I even have a 96 Accord, because obviously I make a little bit too much money to drive something like this, but at the end of the day, this was my first car. And that's kind of why I ended up going out and buying another 96, 97 Accord. And I'm going to throw an ungodly amount of money into it. Those were the wheels that were on my original car. Obviously, they weren't black, but those were the original wheels. And that's why I went and bought them, because back then I was poor as shit. And that's all I could afford. So now, doing a budget build on this thing, some things cost me a little bit more. So in total, if you include the 10 hours of driving, if you include the hour drive to drop them off at the shop, and then the hour drive to drop them back, and the cost of the tires, so physically I have spent $560 on the wheels and the tires. So $260 for the tires, $300 for the wheels. I did 12 hours of driving total, and all in all, I think I spent maybe 120, 130 in fuel. So all said and done, what's the math on that, guys? Like around 700 bucks. So for 700 bucks, I got the wheels that I wanted. I got good tires that are gonna last me a little bit, and I'm happy with that. They're black, that's what I want. So, dog's over there chilling. Let's go get this thing in the sunlight, and maybe even put it next to my other truck, but this car is gonna be black. Mark my words. This truck was white when I bought it. Actually, you know what? I don't even need to open the door to show you guys it was black. See back there? That's white. This truck was white, so this car is green. It's gonna be black one day. The more I see the Canon like that, the more I actually kind of like it. I might just leave the Canon alone, to be honest. Or if anything, we might bring it out and kick the angle out a little bit more, because that look I kind of liked it out and up, like kind of like the Supras. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so next thing, tint, some interior stuff. We need a front lip. We're gonna be getting headlights, taillights, front brow, new windshield, and yeah, new grill piece. And just all in all, we're gonna start slowly painting body panels and start replacing them. This fender should be savable. So we're gonna get this fender pulled out. There's a little bit of a dent here, so we'll get that taken care of, get the fenders rolled. Don't want it looking like a shit box, but at the same time, it's still a shit box, but it's a reliable shit box. We've got the battery relocation in the trunk coming. We have a whole setup for back here coming, so just be patient with me. That tint's not going to be here till the 18th, so if you guys see the video or don't see a video for a while, just know that's where that's at. That's going to be there a while. Trying to find a set of taillights. I like how these on Bertha, these have that white little LED strip on the inside. I like that. And then same thing with the headlights. I haven't seen anybody make them like this, but this like modern look, I like that, and I want that look back. So if I can get a set of headlights and taillights that are like that, but honestly, I think this car looks a million times better like this. So I'm gonna go get some shots somewhere else in the sunlight, grab the registration for that, because I gotta give them the information for the insurance. But other than that, I think she came out all right. Look at this fucking beautiful thing. I'm also gonna be getting the stickers on the back here moved over to that. So all right, there you go. I know my shade be missing it. I gotta get this thing cleaned off. But what do you guys think? I think it was this wheel over here. He had to brake clean the inside, and it kind of like ate the paint and shit. So we're gonna keep that on this side. But I'm gonna go grab those little button things that go on the outside. Probably touch these things up with some new paint, and probably do a better job this time. But realistically, I think they came out all right. If you guys like them, what's your guys' opinion? Do you like them? Hate them? If you hate them, I guess that's on you. I don't really care, but it's neat to see other people's opinions. What do y'all think else should be done? That front lip's gonna make a big difference as well. And as these things wear in, we're probably gonna get rid of the inner fender liner, because that's just, I think that's pretty much what most Honda guys do, because we need to cave this lip in, but we have plenty of clearance here. So who knows, maybe we do go back to the stock size, but this is a 205 50/15. And apparently it's good in everything. It's an all season. So we'll see how it does in the snow. If it does snow again, try not to drive this thing in the snow, but it is what it is. But definitely with the wheels on there, I'm definitely liking it a lot more. And we do have plenty of room to throw things in the back. So hopefully I can get enough tools in there to bring the back down, but not too many tools to make it squat. So we just enough. And then with my weight in there, we got the sub already. Music is gonna be a big thing. Kick this stuff clear. I might replace the factory mud flaps with those Subaru style ones. I really like those. And then we have an unequal length header that I have to commit to purchasing. That thing's like 560 bucks, and it does not come with a downpipe, but we'll probably do that, get the downpipe, and then probably replace the cat with a bottle style resonator. And this thing is gonna sound absolutely gnarly. And then when we get it tuned and get the ABS thing, I know, slow and steady. Also, yeah, that windshield is getting worse. There we go. I've been knocking on it just to get it to the top, so that way I can stop seeing it crack. That's about as high as I need to see it. So yeah, it's all sort of fucked up. So hope you guys enjoyed the second channel. If you like it over here, go check out the main channel. We did 900,000 views on the main channel and about 35,000-ish views on this channel this month. So pretty insane. Happy with that. We're trying to break 1 million views over on the other channel. So if you guys are interested, go over there. But I mean, I doubt too many people are gonna watch this video, but it is what it is. We're doing DIY things. I'm not a painter or a body guy or any of that shit. So see you guys later. Doggo says bye. I'm going home. Actually, I'm gonna go clean the truck or the car first, but then I'm going home. See you guys.